know it's hard to talk about, Ellie, but you need to try. I can't help you unless you tell me what happened. What do you remember? What brought you here?
It's not that simple, and you know it.
Start at the beginning then. Just tell me anything. How about why you chose the forest? Why did you want to be here?
I like the forest. It calms me, humbles me even. I mean, have you ever sat somewhere where you're surrounded by so much life and so much death at the same time? Where all you have is your thoughts, and that's all you really need. A place to be yourself, where no one is watching. It's just you. You and the white noise of nature, engulfing you until nothing. To anybody else, the forest is just something to pass through. A hurdle. Something to cross in order to get to your safe place. Maybe even a safe person to run into the arms of. Not me. That's not what I believe. I believe the safest place I could ever be is in the centre of the woods, just floating. Even God himself knew that. He built the earth before he polluted it with people. He should have just left it there. No people, no problems, no noise. I feel secure. Nature is my security blanket and it covers me with its beauty. The beauty of nature has such a profound effect upon my senses. It brings back memories, memories of my past self, memories of love, of joy, of regret. I wish I could choose what I could remember. I wish I could block out the hellish visions. They haunt me. That's why I chose the forest, just seeing the roots of the trees, so strong and holding the very foundation of the forest together. That was my mother. She was the root, the foundation, the stability of our family. I wonder whether she misses me because in the blink of God's eye I am an orphan, reborn, alone. I tremble so much at this thought I fall, vulnerable and cold to the dirt floor. I gaze at the discoloured leaf that had fallen from the tree. It takes me back to my mother, back to her beauty, the first piece of beauty I ever laid my eyes on. Her leafy green eyes always held so much awe and wonder. That is until I grew, along with her illness, manifesting and draining the colour from her vivid eyes, aging her, rotting, dying. I hear her cry for mercy, for the noise to stop, under the crunch of the lifeless leaf beneath my shoe. It seems as though life, much like nature, enters a cycle, a never-ending cycle, whether it's mum taking new medicine each month to survive, or it's lies and deceit hiding in the shadows of love and safety, protected by the grand old willow tree. In high school, nature was my playground. The security of the swings and slides were the barriers for protection. Only the bravest ventured out into the wild, beyond the trees. I always liked to rebel, and the bristles of the branches grazing each other was almost whispering and luring me into its coven. The loud insanity of the playground would fade and peace would overcome my entire being. It was almost like I wasn't even there, that I was one with nature, that I was watered and raised to be an addition, a branch, an organism in the woods. I wasn't raised to love. Those whom entered my life quickly figured this out. In high school, the social scene was a wildfire of hate, constantly bringing one another down, targeting insecurities and washing away any sign of mental stability. It's a cesspool filled with false hope of the future, of friends, of sanity, and when I attended, nobody was safe. It wasn't always like this. I used to have friends. I later found out all the private conversations and information I told them were used against me with no reasoning, just to climb the social ladder. Besides the forest, my safe place at that time was the classroom. It kind of makes sense. All the wooded shelves and bookcases, creating a grand structured atmosphere, acting as my inside forest wonderland. When euphoric memories turn miserable, and my mother's kind heart decays away into an abundance of loathing and hatred, and my friend's kindness and passion becomes a tool to tear me down. I look to something safe, something I can hold on to, someone. He was strong, delicate, and beautiful, almost like the first flower in bloom at the first sign of spring. I could gaze into his crisp blue eyes for hours and never get bored. His smile was the only thing I had to distract me from the love I had for the forest. We talked each and every day. We laughed together. We cried together. He was the perfect distraction. Whereas me, I was a moth holding on to his light, obsessed with his innocence and joy. It consumed him, and I needed it. Eventually, time passed. My early possessive nature hit a wall, and each kiss I received from him felt as though it burned through my skin, leaving me bare. My skeleton unsure, vulnerable. I needed to leave. I was being suffocated, and each memory I had of Casper died. His touch was a distant memory, ghost-like. I couldn't take it anymore. My obsession with the forest came back, and it was the only place that was familiar. I was only thinking about me. I needed him gone, and the only way I could do this is by hurting him. I was stuck. I was unfaithful. I hurt him, until the life he held in his big blue eyes weakened. I no longer saw the rapid river forever moving and adapting in his eyes. I saw a standstill. I recognized the death in his eyes. Whether it's from my mum, my friends, Casper, or even me. It feels as though the only thing now that distances me from my beloved forest is death. Now comes the time to choose my narrow path. Choose the path that sets my spirit free, where my being can breathe and my mind's at ease. I need the forest to find my belonging. I am shaded and decaying, but hold so much promise of light, and I feel focused, comfortable even, in this sanctuary of light that nature has made. My identity ripped apart, raw, eroding, and strange. I am a stranger in my body, a slug disguised as a snail, a caterpillar waiting to transform. I am ready. Yes, I'm ready.
What do you choose? Time is in your favour. There is an infinite amount here, and your final decision will be your last.
I know. I know what I want, but most importantly, I now know what I deserve.